In this video, we're going to give a short demonstration of the Freestyle Libre device. We're going to talk a bit about what it is, how and when to use it, and some tips on what to look out for and to get the best out of it. First of all, the Libre is a device that is used to measure glucose levels in the tissues. It's very important that you realise that it's not measuring blood glucose. It's measuring something different, but we'll come back to that. There are two parts to the Libre. The first is a sensor that is inserted into the skin to the back of the arm like this. The sensor can remain in place for up to 2 weeks. Scanning is very simple and non-invasive. We recommend a scan is carried out before each meal and snack, before exercise, and any time that a problem is suspected, such as a hypo. Press the button on the scanner to turn it on and hold it over the sensor and it will give a reading. Unlike finger prick tests, which just give a single number, scanning gives 3 very helpful pieces of information. It gives a glucose value, of course, but remember this is the glucose in the tissues and not in the blood. It shows a graph of what the glucose has been doing for the last 8 hours, or since the sensor was turned on. Parents and young people can look at this graph to look for patterns and to make adjustments to the way they manage their diabetes. Thirdly, and perhaps most helpfully, the Libre shows an arrow to allow the user to see whether the glucose is rising or falling, and also how quickly this might be happening. For example, a glucose of 4.5 may look excellent, but a 4.5 with an arrow that's pointing straight down suggests that if you're not already hypo, you will be soon. To help people interpret the result and what to do next, we have prepared these leaflets, one for families and one for schools. This guide points out when a finger prick test is required, and also what we suggest people do with the results. It's meant to be a starting point until families and young people figure out what works best for them. Our advice to schools is to follow the guidance on these sheets for the time being. Our advice to families and young people is to try things out. See what works and what doesn't. If you use the Libre and act on what it tells you, and you are able to get results that are more steady than they were before, then you are using the Libre well.